Hello and welcome to Sett vs Fiora guide. So for runes we took Conqueror, Triumph, Alacrity and Last Stand, and in secondary tree we got Second Wind and Overgrowth, and here attack speed, adaptive damage and health based on level. So our biggest concern in a Fiora matchup is our positioning. So we are looking to dodge her passive, as she does deal percent max health as true damage with it. Second of all, we will be careful from level 2 and on, since she can use her W to get so from level 2 and on, we will be careful of her W, since if we try to stun her, she can counter that with her W and CC us down for like 2 seconds. And she can also dodge our full W damage with her W. Now I messed up by crushing this wave into the turret, since I should have waited for the third wave as well and then crush it and go for cheater recall. But thank God my wave did stop right before turret range, so we can safely farm this as well, and we'll see from there on what we're gonna do. We just hit level 3, just as she did. Oh, she had a bone plate, and we're just gonna use our W to poke her a bit for more damage, and now we're of course gonna be careful of her passive. Every time we leave her passive range and re-enter it, it's gonna appear on the different side. So our W is almost up. We can look for aggressive trade, but also be careful of her W. That's something we always have to think about. If we see her... yeah, if we see that animation, we should worry a bit more. But that's only scary if our E is focused on her. And we're getting a kill here. Almost. Actually, maybe not. We will keep chasing her. We'll be getting long sword and boots for some mobility, and we're not gonna use TP here since wave is right here. It's not crashing, we're not losing out on much of it, and it's gonna slowly bounce into us, as we can see. So when two waves are equal, they're gonna push away from the closest turret. So the whole wave was on his side, so it's gonna push towards us, and she's basically helping it with this. We waited her W and then use our E and W. So she blocked nothing with Ricochet. Now I'm not really sure if she used PP. But her W is up once again. So she looks like she's trying to bait us in. And we always have to have a minion in between, so we can stun by pulling enemy from both sides. And we're basically zoning her from the wave. So she will go for this poke, which we will not allow, or punish. That's one way to use our ult. So once again, we are just looking at her W and trying not to waste any spells. And trying not to waste any spells by getting them blocked. So we just took a plating and now we're resetting. She's maybe gonna try to run for us. Not really. I'm thinking about doing probs with Kha'Zix. We have our TP, and since she is pushing this wave towards us, we're gonna use it probably. We will be going for Bork this game since I'm going for that dueling power. We're not trying to hit her with our W since she has her up, and that would be a waste of a spell. And just like that, we got grubs as well. Now we don't have our ult, we would be able to kill her with it. Just got poked. We're gonna hold the wave here. And again, positioning ourselves in between, denying her any farm. We are up around 25 CS right now. And she successfully baited us this time. But we are winning a next all-in. But since it is a pretty close call, we will be looking for a reset here. Trying to get that pickaxe. We're not gonna recall right now. But we are just... okay. And we almost got a kill there. Unfortunately, we got caught up. Pickaxe is gonna give us a nice power spike there. Okay. We will be crushing this whole wave. Good thing about Sett is that you can always turn for pushing. Good thing about Sett is that you can always just decide to push, since he has a huge pushing and split pushing potential. But he's also pretty good in duels and in team fights. We will be rotating towards grubs just in case anything happens. So we can ensure we at least get some kills for all 6 grubs. As you can see, Lissandra is still there. Lilia is rotating towards there. And we got all 6 of them.
Turret plating will soon fall. An ally has been slain.
Now with all 6 grubs, we can easily turn for split pushing. We can also outduel anyone with 4. I don't know why he jumped over. Actually, no idea. I'm gonna hug this wall. Whoa! Now we can duel. We can easily get Tristana, especially if we get to stun her. Just like that. And since Lilia rotated and Fiora is dead and we have 6 grubs and huge lifesteal, we can now use this to stay and take the whole turret down and think for Drake. Make something happening on the other side, while we also have TP and we're ready to get back to top lane. And we're already on our 2nd item. Now we are going for Hull Breaker, since our whole goal is just to split push and end the game. They're winning the fights there. We're going to teleport here, get the long sword, and just push the wave as fast as we can. While the team fight is happening on the bot side of the map. You can see their most Oh, Fiora just recalled. That means we have a full turret here to get it even lower. And as I said, we have a great split pushing power and dueling power, which we just demonstrated here. So we're almost at 10 CS per minute, which we have to keep that way, and we have to keep split pushing and making pressure on the opposite side. Since Fiora can't 1v1 us, that means the rest of the team is having a 4v3 at least on the other side. Now we have no information on anyone but Tristana, and we know Fiora just respawned here, so we're not going for that. Oh, we just tried to kill Nidalee, but It was just too much CC. Now, since the most fed people on their team are Nidalee and Lilia, and the rest have only 1 kill, and there's also hard CC on her W, her ult, etc., we will go for Mercury Treads here, just to minimize the CC duration. That is to ensure that we can use our W on time in team fights. I'm also going for Moonplate here, just because of the movement speed. So I value movement speed a lot in these situations, especially as I said, we have to dodge her Q, we have to run around Lilia and make sure not to get hit on vitals against Fiora. Now we know Tristana and Lilia are on bot side, as well as Nidalee and Yuumi, which means I can slowly rotate to inhibitor. Now Nidalee is still down there, Tristana is still on bot side. We're using Q here just to get moon speed towards Fiora, and now we are dueling her. And now we are going to reset after Krugs. Now they may go for Kha'Zix, and I will join him in that fight, as well as taking the red buff. Actually Caitlyn just took it. And we're going for a double kill here. Now, while we are 5v3, I'm asking for assistance on top side, and I'm looking to push this wave, put a pressure, and then probably rotate to Baron. As you can notice, 2 of them. And Nidalee just respawned, as well as Yuumi, so it's time to slowly reset, sell Doran's Blade, and get Hullbreaker. I will be dropping ward right here on the edge, trying to... Oh! I did not start my recall. Yeah, we'll be putting up a vision there and going for a Hullbreaker. Now, if we just get to this turret, it's gonna be down in basically less than 10 punches. Around 10 punches. Nidalee and Yuumi are top side, Fiora is in mid. We don't know where Lilia and Tristana are, but they are probably close enough. We will be going again for Nidalee, trying to stun her, bring her Kha'Zix, but no luck here. And we are getting again a double kill. Only Lilia is alive, that means we have just enough time to get another inhibitor turret, another inhibitor, and we're gonna rotate and try to help the Sandra down there in taking the last inhibitor turret, and hopefully the double siege minions. So I'm just focusing on pushing as always, trying to get a turret down as well, using my Hullbreaker. Yeah, I had no way of backing off on time right there, but we maybe could have went for another turret as well. Now, for team fights, you would go for blood mail, but here, in case this gets any longer, which we hope it won't, I'm going for Deadman's Plate just because of the movement speed it's gonna give me, as we are trying to run past everything and just get to Nexus. As you can see, double Mega Minion waves are going in, spawning in, which means our waves are gonna be pretty strong here. Nidalee having hard time pushing, and we don't need minions to do any of the pushing. We just need them to enter the turret range just to get the reduce, just to take off the damage reduction. Now the top inhibitor is respawning in 50 seconds, which is kind of problematic here for our plan, but we will be trying to ARAM it and see what happens from there. Now Lilia is here. We don't know where Nidalee and Yumi are. There they are appearing. Now all of my my whole team is a bit backed off. They can be going for, and they should be going for Baron, while I'm gonna try and see if there's a way to end the game on top side or stop any of the enemy champions from stealing the bottom. We are giving Baron buff and Cold Breaker buff to these minions. Their team is gonna have a hard time defeating them. While Lissandra is trying to push top wave. Now I will be pushing here. They're all rotating and trying to stop Lissandra while I am going to finish the game. Perfect, actually perfect. And it's a GG. And in the end, as you can see, we have the highest damage in the whole game, as well as the definitely highest damage against turrets.